to Abentime. We're your host, Kat.
And Maddie, good stutter there.
That's a wide variety of topics. All the stuttering, all day, every day. Look,
Yeah,
I still haven't written it down, and I'm still saying it right, so we're good.
that's true. That was the first stutter out of a comeback of, what are we at, like 6 episodes maybe? 7?
Oh, yeah, maybe even more. I don't know. I'm not keeping track. I just do the shilling and try and think like, how can I hook people into trying to listen to his tangent for an hour? Let's see.
It's a great thing to put on when you're like driving, so you could like argue in the car with Kathleen's bad takes.
Yes, I feel your arguments with my horrible, terrible, no good takes. And you're right, like, you win, okay? I'm not even gonna fight you on that. I know I have shitty takes.
Yep.
I also love the fact that, especially with the role-playing episode, we're starting on a tangent, but
Yep.
yeah, I've had a couple people be like, oh, how do you do that? And I'm like, what do you mean, how? You just roll in, and then you do it.
And you do. Oh, why? People are privately messaging you about our show? I am so jealous.
Yep.
God damn it, I am not personable. I'll continue sitting here and painting.
No, Maddie, you're so personable. We all love you.
I get it. I'm too competitive in games. I understand.
Look, I can't beat games the way you do, and I think you're very personable when you're playing the Monster Hunter and causing all the glitches. That was very fun.
Yeah, co-ops are very personable, and
Oh, hell yeah. I wouldn't be able to do that. Like, I look at MMOs and I'm like, yeah, but you have to talk to other people, and that's scary, so no thank you.
yeah, you just kind of fall into it. Then once you have your clique, it's like high school. You have your clique, and then you're just like, all right, F off everyone else. This is my clique.
Yeah, no, that sounds right.
Yep.
Because anytime you try and open up your clique to someone else, it's like, ugh, ruining the vibe.
Yeah, you're really ruining this vibe here. We had a thing going, and you were just
And you're ruining it.
you're
so,
just not
yeah.
you're just not doing the great thing here.
Although, okay, sometimes the additions are good, but you know what I mean. Anyways,
Yes.
we're going to talk about guilty pleasures today, apparently.
Right. That was the topic we decided
That
on
was
the
the
day we were
topic.
supposed to record, didn't it?
Yeah, no, well, like, so life is crazy, you know? And sometimes your head is just full of bees and you can't record, and that happens.
Curse the bees.
The brain bees are annoying, but they have been appeased for now, and hopefully they won't bug me until tomorrow.
Oh, I was hoping for like forever, but okay.
But yeah. Well, one day at a time, right?
Right.
So I might as well start with my guilty pleasure because I've mentioned it a couple of times on the show, but I haven't. I don't think I've gone too far into
That you
it.
hate Legend of Zelda.
This is guilty pleasures, not guilty. Oh my god, why do I hate a thing everybody loves?
Yeah,
Why
okay.
can't I just be like everybody else?
Okay.
A few years ago, like forever ago. Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
No, I just heard. If you heard random piano, I apologize.
Oh,
The guy who knows we're recording suddenly starts slamming on his piano. Anyway, continue.
He's giving us some accompaniment. It's fine. You'll also probably hear random little bro in the back. Oh well, enjoy.
Yep.
So many years ago, there was a show that came out called "Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?"
Oh yeah.
And when I first saw the title and the key art for this show, I looked at it and I went, "I'm going to hate this goddamn show. Why do none of the characters have backs on their outfits? Why is her breast held up by a ribbon that is attached to the outside of her arms? How does that even work? Okay, why? This is awful. I'm gonna hate this." And so I turn it on and I'm laughing, and hey, it's actually kind of funny, and like, wow, like the character designs, I don't love the outfit stuff, but like they're good character designs, and Bella's kind of sweet, and oh my
And
god,
has
they're
silver
putting in
hair.
some-
Wow.
Well, I didn't know that at the time. Like, I knew he had silver hair at the time. I didn't know that was a favorite character trait of mine at the time. Hadn't
At the
put two
time.
and two
Okay.
together.
Got it.
And then I'm like, wow, no, and he really works hard, and like even though he's surrounded by this busty ribbon girl, like he doesn't seem to care. He just really wants her to be proud of him, and oh my god, he's such a sweet angel, and oh my god, I like this fucking show. No, this is just a fluke. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get harem-y and bad, and I'm gonna hate it. I just need to give it a few more episodes, and then I'll hate it, and it'll all be good. And then I watch the rest of it, and I'm like, this really really good, and Belle's a sweet, sweet angel, and I love him, and I just want to give him a head pat, and I really like this show. I'm gonna read the light novel. And then I did. I think I know Sword Oratorio had a light novel come out, but I haven't been reading that one because it's about um the princess chick, and I don't really care. Um,
Oh god, is the princess chick the
Sword Princess or whatever.
Okay, yeah, his love interest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The very
And
obvious love
like,
interest.
yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Uh, but yeah, no, it's like I care about Belle, and so when the story strays away from Belle, I get a sad face. So Oratorio is not my favorite, but the baseline series is really good, and I can't believe I'm saying that for a series that's number one hook is fucking, is it right to pick up girls in a dungeon? And like, yes, it answers the question right away that no, it is not right to do that. That is still the hook. And he still picks up many girls in dungeons. It's just, he's a sweet, innocent summer child who doesn't realize that's what he's doing. There's a whole arc in the Red Light District, which in the novel I hated, but the anime thankfully goes through it super fucking fast.
Oh, that's right.
And like, I wasn't looking forward to that, but otherwise the show has been top tier. It's been dealing with the fact that, like, now they have monsters with sentience. How does that change things? Like, that's not a question I was expecting to find in a show that is a glorified harem. So, whenever I think of guilty pleasures, I think of that show because I went in expecting to hate it, based solely on appearances and title.
And apparently, you also kept watching, searching to hate it.
Yep, yep. It's almost like when I play a video game and I'm like, well, they can't be the big bad. I will keep playing to prove they are not the big bad. Fuck, they're the big bad.
That guy gets so salty, he dies.
Yeah. It's a good times. I like that one.
That was a very good one, actually.
It is. But
yeah.
I think I literally spit out my drink when I read it because I'm an idiot who has a glass of water when I'm at my computer, and so yeah. Yeah, no, good times. But yeah, guilty pleasures, that is the number one anime related one I have, because while I don't tend to have guilty pleasures and things that I'm not willing to talk about liking, like I won't be like, oh no, I don't like that, and then watch it in secret. Which I think is kind of where the guilty pleasure line can be drawn. I don't really have that, so this is the closest thing.
Yeah, because if your closest guilty pleasure is a really good anime, I'm like, cat, I need some dark personal stuff here.
We're getting into trash because my next pick, which we'll discuss, has nothing to do with anything I have ever discussed on the show, and I'm going to be outing myself as a trash connoisseur.
Excellent.
So don't worry, I'm getting to the embarrassing shit. We just ain't there yet. But yeah, Danmachi, or Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, is an amazing show with great music, great characters, and a really good light novel. Like, it's well written. I highly encourage everyone to read anything. Just don't tell people that that's what you're reading. Call it Danmachi, and it makes it so much better.
Sure.
So, what about you? What's your lesser... Because we've only picked a couple of these. Well, it's something we might come back to as a topic, but, yeah.
My lesser?
Yeah, your lesser guilty pleasure.
My lesser guilty pleasure... I don't know if it's guilty pleasure, because I don't keep coming back to it, I guess. It's just a thing that I was like, oh god, I liked this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That counts.
It was Black Butler.
Oh, nice. I can see why
season one, not because season two doesn't exist to me.
Right.
Book of Circus was also, yeah, but yeah, no, yeah, Black Butler. It was I watched it with another friend who was a girl, and we that seems to be a good target of that anime, and we were young.
Everyone I know who has enjoyed that anime has in fact been, yep.
The female variety.
Yeah, and if you are a man who likes Black Butler, there is nothing wrong with that. We're just saying, as a target demographic, it is obviously targeted to that.
Yeah. So yeah, I watched it, and it's it was like I started with a friend, and then it's a sleepover kind of deal. Went back, knew I had a Crunchyroll account. I was like, is this out on there? And I started watching it like alone, and then it's just like, oh, I finished the whole season in one day. Just
Oh my
laid in
god.
bed and watched it the entire day, and I was like, wow, how hard. I thought Young Things, because it's Black Butler, and it's just
Right.
like, oh, CL, you're such a dark, troubled boy, and you go all you the but Sebastian was gonna just fulfill the bargain, and he did that. The CL did that like dark emo totally thing. I'm just like, no, Shay, put the pain in me to prove that I had a life. And I was like, wow, what a deep line. Yeah, I was
So
one of
deep.
those. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's fair. I mean, it's definitely like, okay. I used to like Death Note, so I get it.
Oh yeah.
I fucking hate Death Note now, which is why we're not talking about it here today. But yeah, I get it because it's like, oh man, L's just wanting to save the world with power of making people have fucking heart attacks.
Yep.
Misogynistic asshole. Um, fucking hate Death Note. But yeah, no, I get it. And while I've only seen an episode, so all I know is that Sebastian is a hell of a butler.
Yeah, he is one hell of
Um,
a butler. That is his
one hell of
tagline.
a butler. Yep.
It is.
And
He's good
I
at what
know
he
there's
does.
like a guy with shark teeth. Nom, nom,
Yeah,
nom,
that's
nom.
Grell. Grell is a fan favorite, even though he's a bad guy in the first arc. He's also let's see, what's the demographic here? Is that not demographic? This is relationships. So Sebastian is a
Mm-hmm.
demon who's bonded to
Yeah.
Ciel because Ciel is full of hatred for the people who killed his parents. So Ciel's the master to Sebastian, and then
Yeah.
Grell is he's not the Undertaker because that's a character, but he is
Right.
part of like the organization who goes to people and gets their life when they're about to die because that exists, I guess. And
Okay.
and yeah, and then so he partners up with Jack the Ripper,
Of
uh,
course. As you
right,
would.
as you
As you
would,
do.
as you do, and that happened, and then Jack the Ripper turns out to be Ciel's aunt, and that's a whole thing. And yeah, Grell was the one who kind of spurred it on, so like Grell's the bad guy. But then he gets a slap on the wrist from his organization by Glasses. You might like Glasses.
Probably.
Yeah.
Based on description, yeah,
Uh huh.
more than likely.
Uh huh. Yeah. So then Grell gets a slap on the wrist, and that arc's over. And then Grell just comes back as like a little boy under probation, basically by Glasses, and Grell exists. Yep, that's Grell. Oh, and then Grell is a guy, I think, but he loves Sebastian.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of that. Yep.
Based on what I've seen from the fandom, there is a lot of that. And that as a genre tends to be a really popular thing. And no judgment here, I guess. I just yeah. It didn't do it for me. So
I mean,
I
I didn't follow
don't
it for that stuff.
no. And yeah. I know that is part of why it is so popular is because they really like the relationship between Ciel and Sebastian.
Yeah.
It's the same with like Pandora Hearts and the main character and his childhood friend.
Mm.
It's just one of those things. It's a common trope, and it's like, yeah, if it's done well, I don't mind it being there, but it's not one I tend to go for personally.
Yes. Yeah. No, it was very, I guess, dark and emotional and stuff. And I was like, wow,
Now,
what
out
a
of
what a good
curiosity, was
story.
being emo still a thing when you were young? Because it was a thing when I
Being
was
emo,
young.
I knew of it. It wasn't like I
Okay.
learned of being emo like recently. Uh,
Hmm.
did I personally see someone being like that? Maybe, but like didn't. It wasn't like everyone had their dark eyeliner and black makeup on. Like,
Can't imagine, because like at least 70% of my goddamn circle of friends were emo, and it was like, wow, that's a lot of work. I like the chains on the pants.
yeah,
That is a thing I can get behind, but
good,
otherwise I'm good.
good cosplay, bro.
Yeah, good cop. Oh, I actually thought of another one that is quick. so
Uh-huh.
it won't be my second one. I'll save my trash one for last, I guess. So I don't tend to play a whole lot of otome games, which are games with a female protagonist and a harem of men that you can pick between.
Uh-huh.
But there's one called Cold Realize, and there's like Arsène Lupin and Van Helsing and Herlock Sholmes, who does eventually like yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, who are the other two? I want to call one Impy, but I don't know his real name. Oh, and there's Frankenstein von von Frankenstein. I love this fucking game. It's so good. Saint Germain is one of the characters. I did not particularly like his arc. I know a lot of people love his arc. It's their favorite. I don't like that kind of arc in general, but everybody else, yes, good shit. Give me the good shit. Give me the bad endings. Give me the good endings. Yes. I love it. And it's got an anime adaptation, which is pretty good, actually. That's why I played the game in the first place. But yeah, is it a guilty pleasure? Yeah, probably. It's not great like Danmachi is. It's just really enjoyable, and also the main character having a thing where anyone she touches will like disintegrate. She'll quite literally make them rot. It's an interesting thing to have in that type of game because like you're either dealing with characters who are okay with dying by her or are trying to fix her. And again, it's got fucking Herlock Sholmes and Van Helsing. And Van Helsing is probably my favorite. His story, whatever, but his design, mwah.
10 out of 10 design.
10 out of 10. Blonde, glasses, purple eye. Yes, good shit.
That's the good.
Yeah, that's the good. So that would probably be my otome game guilty pleasure, I guess. It's not a genre I tend to play a lot of because, like, I don't know if it's because I'm ace or whatever, but I don't particularly like the ones that get a little hot and heavy. So that does limit which ones I can play. Just in general. So yeah, I tend to play the more family-friendly ones. And Cold Realize does fit that bill.
Aw.
Your turn.
That was okay. I don't have a. Let's see. Do I have like a quick one? Because that was like 2 minutes.
I know. I was just like, oh shit, this was one too, but I don't have much to say about it other than it good. Watch the anime. I believe it's on Crunchyroll.
I mean,
and like the anime didn't tell me what Impy was, and so when I found out what Impy was, I was like, holy shit, the anime could have totally told me that, but no, I never found out. Anyways. If you don't have a quick one, you can just go to your next one, cause.
Well, like I probably. Oh no! Don't yawn. Yawning bad. I like probably do. Like I could like run through some, but like I don't know. They're also like other people like this stuff, so it's like I don't know. Food Wars is kind of a guilty pleasure, like because of just how it exists.
Sure. Yeah.
There's like I mean, I don't know if this anime is bad or not. But one of my first animes
doesn't mean bad though, right?
No, it doesn't. Here's the thing: is my guilty pleasure. I like an anime called Princess Nine, which is like a 90s anime. It is very obviously a 90s anime, and I like the dub specifically.
Nice.
Because that's I watched it when I was like 6 or 7, and it's just baseball anime. Girls play baseball in a high school setting.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But like. I love it. I will still go back and watch it every now and then. It was what inspired me to play softball, even though I wanted to play baseball. But my dad was like, "You gotta play softball." I was like, "Well, okay." It was like that was there, but you know, I rewatched it kind of recently, sort of, and it's just like, oh, this is so 90s. Oh God, it's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. I know that feeling.
Yeah, and so it's just like, okay, I still like it. But I am like, I would be terrified to recommend it to anybody. Just because it's like, I love it, but people will be like, this sucks. Are you okay? Like, this is...
Well, and I think, like, with 90s anime specifically, we had, like, these huge, long-form series. Like, we didn't have the 13-episode core setup that we have now. So you get these filler episodes, too, to boot. Does it have any of those? Or...
It does not. It surprisingly does not. It's 24 24 24,
Okay.
it's a 24er, and it has its arcs. Like it's written good in my opinion. Like I it's not written badly. The characters aren't bad. It's just very 90s. That's the only way I could describe that.
Yep.
And you know, it has when I first watched it, it had like things that I didn't understand, like a girl falling in love who had no idea what that meant, and she was also a tomboy. And I was just
Mm.
like, oh, I don't get it. And then I watched it again, like when I was maybe 17, and yes, I didn't have a boyfriend till I was 21. What of it? Uh, and I was like, wow, I understand this.
Aw.
I get it. I get not understanding what people like, what any of this means. And then I watched it again after having a boyfriend, and I was like, oh, I really understand this now. I had 3 phases of this anime.
And that's cool that you can grow up with it like that. Like, it's rare.
Yeah,
Because the only thing I can think of that I have like that is Princess Bride, where it's like I watched it as a little kid
yeah, yeah.
and I enjoyed the fantasy story, and then I watched it as an adult and I get the other side of it. It
Yeah.
was really, really enjoyable.
Yep, 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 yep.
Yep, 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 yep.
Yeah, yep,
Because, yeah,
yep,
I
yep,
was
yep.
the kid going, ew, kissing is gross.
Oh yeah. uh,
So, does that mean I have to out myself as a trash connoisseur now?
you can. I mean, I could. I don't worry. I have another one that's really bad. So like, don't feel too self-conscious.
Okay, I guess we'll see which of us have the worst trash.
Okay.
Like, and again, I wanna reiterate, we're not saying trash is bad. Sometimes some trash can really feed the soul. These aren't comments on like the quality of the thing we're watching, although the thing I'm about to say is like objectively probably not the best. So, you watch any reality shows?
Oh boy. I was just saying those phrases. No, no, I can't say that I do. I've rewatched Kitchen Nightmares.
That's fun.
That's kind of that's fun,
Yeah.
you
I
know.
mean, like, I think Kitchen Nightmares is a reality show that you can say you watch and people won't, like, judge you. Because it's a fun show. Like, we want to see the angry British men yell at people.
Yeah, yeah. Even though it's so obviously staged, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
100%. There's never any reality in reality TV. Like, get over that one now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's like the closest thing, you know. Like I watch a little Robert Irvine. I watch a lot of cooking competitions. Like
Hmm.
that's probably the closest I get to reality TV.
Yeah, cooking competitions are fun. I enjoy those. Well, at least I did when I had Food Network. I don't have it anymore.
Oh, sad face.
Um, so you probably never stumbled upon a channel that's, oh, I don't know, called the Learning Channel, or TLC for short.
You know, I by the time I grew up, television channel things that didn't exist. It was all streaming services.
That's fair. That's fair.
And really, yeah, I knew Discovery Channel, I knew Food Network, I
Mm-hmm.
knew Science Channel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, mm, mm, I knew ESPN. That's probably
Fair.
it.
Well, on TLC they have a shit ton of terrible, awful, no good, very bad reality TV shows, but among the worst of them is 90 Day Fiancé, and I love that shit. The premise is people from another country are being brought in on K1 visas, and as per the visa requirement, they have to get married in 90 days or go back home.
Okay.
And usually that happens after like having dated the person for many years, and like they have to prove that they're in a relationship and blah 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 blah.
Mhm,
But the
mhm.
people they pick are just the cream of the crop, if you know what I mean. Like, just the
Oh.
yes, 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 so good, so much fire everywhere, just fire and flames all around.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of them are really funny. A lot of them are like, you want it to work out, but you know it's not going to, because relationships are hard, period. Like,
Yeah.
they are. But yeah, it's got a lot of bullshit stage shit too. Like, anytime a show goes to a psychic, it's fake. I promise you it's fake. I
Yeah.
promise you it's been filmed at the end. So that the person can go, "Oh, I see this in the near future." And then they'll be like, "Oh my god, the psychic totally knew about this." Cuz like that's the thing. All interviews of these shows are done near the end or at least like near the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
Um Nothing in in these shows are real. Some situations can be real cuz like shit happens. Life is chaotic. But
Life is chaos.
it is. And but it doesn't change the fact that yes, a lot of this shit is so the stuff that happens on camera is fake.
Mhm.
But I love it. Going in, I watch it, and it's like, oh man, this lady cooks dinner for her new family, and it was like one of those frozen packages of pasta, and oh my god, it's so bad, and oh now she's embarrassed that the family doesn't like her cooking, and it's like, this is so fucking staged. I love it. I love it.
You love it.
And so, yeah, no, I tend to, I haven't watched every season. I just tend to watch it when it's on. But yeah, if I had to say I had a guilty pleasure, if somebody said to me, "Oh, you watch 90 Day Fiance?" I'd be like, yeah, it's trash, but it's my trash.
It's my, I love it. It's mine.
I love it. And personally, I like the culture clash aspect of it because there's also another version where they go the other way, where the Americans go to another country to live.
Mhm.
And it's interesting to see how people deal with a different culture. Even though a lot of the times it is incredibly frustrating watching them be like, well, I'm an American and I do this, or well, I'm from Russia, so I do that. And it's like, yeah, but you're in the other country, like you have to give and take.
Yeah.
You have to kind of make things work.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't just live the exact same way you were living before. That's not how it's gonna go.
Have to try.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying give up on your culture, just saying like be accepting to the fact that you're gonna have to do new things.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then they also have this like pillow talk show where couples from other
Pillow
seasons will
talk.
like roast
Oh.
the episode, and that's always a lot of fun. And that feels more real than anything in the show because that feels like you're actually getting their personality.
Mhm.
And yeah, no, so it's like you've got these 4 fucking shows essentially that are one show, and I'm like, yep, I'm just give me more right here. And so yeah, that's probably my biggest quote unquote guilty pleasure, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm embarrassed that I like this, but I do like it, and it's not bad. It's just like you kind of have to know that it's trash and enjoy it anyway.
I do like it, and I will keep watching it.
Yeah, exactly. Until it starts pissing me off, I'm gonna keep watching it. Or until like I don't know, TLC shows always get kind of shit, and that's why I don't tend to watch the channel either. I don't watch a lot of TV, to be honest.
Yep.
I watch a shit ton of anime, but that I don't count as TV because streaming.
Because it's a streaming service. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's my biggest guilty pleasure. Boohoo, boohoo. Roast me in the comments. Like, subscribe to tell me how shit I am. Join the Discord just to tell me I'm an awful, terrible, no good person.
Those are good plugs. Those are good plugs.
Good plugs.
Yeah.
See? Use my pain for plug-in. But yeah, what's yours? What's your deep, dark secret?
My deep dark secret. I don't. I don't know. I feel like I've probably said this maybe already somewhere. I know Sal for sure knows about it, but
I would hope so.
well, yeah, but like it's not like something that comes up. But like, I really like the Twilight series of books.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I've read them.
I think the movies are bad.
They are. I've only ever seen the one. Did I tell you the story of seeing the first movie?
Did you see the first movie on premiere? Say no.
No.
Okay.
I saw my friend who really liked Twilight. Was like, you have to come see the after she made me read all 4 books.
Right.
Mm-hmm. She's like, you have to come see the movie, and the one character is hilarious because he's just like got this wide open stare the entire time, and it's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, cool. So we go to a matinee showing. The theater is fucking empty, which is great because I was howling. It was greatest comedy movie of the century. Like, oh my god, I have never laughed in a movie theater so hard or so loud before. It was really fun. But yeah, the movie was bad.
Yeah.
And I never saw any of the other ones because I was like, I don't need to do that to myself. I'm good.
No, I mean, like, the movies are what they are, and
Sure.
they're kind of trying to embody the book, but you get so much more in the book, and everything's much better explained. That's
Yeah.
just like, sorry, movie. Just the thing that's guilty pleasure that I'm embarrassed to read about that I like reading. I am too embarrassed to watch it in a movie form, and I will not.
That's fair.
I
That's fair.
refuse. I've seen the first movie. Yeah, it feels kind of like the book, but also it's embarrassing, and I won't watch it anymore.
That's fair. I've heard the last movie's fun only because like there's this big fight scene that
They
isn't in
do
the
it.
book.
Yeah, yeah. That is also true. Like, of course, I've watched like clips,
Of course.
because YouTube exists and it just happens.
Wait, YouTube exists?
Yeah, YouTube
Shit.
exists, and per their stupid ass algorithms, sometimes if you've shown that you have liked something, and like
Oh
you've been
no.
following stuff, like maybe trailers or things, when that thing finally comes out, it'll be like, here's a title that you might like. Spoiler, 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 spoiler. This happened, and I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, I know I like the thing. It doesn't mean I want spoilers shoved in my face.
Absolutely.
So yeah, thanks YouTube. But yeah, no, I read the book series once. I've read it twice. I've probably read it a couple more times after that. Just every now and then I'm just like, all right, time to go into the guilty pleasure again. And then you just sit back, you take an hour or two, you read some of the book again.
That's the thing, like they're really short books. Like
Yeah.
I think I read the first one in like 2 or 3 hours tops. Like
The first one's definitely the smallest one.
oh, absolutely, but it doesn't change the fact that it's like I remember because I don't own the books. A friend was like, "Here, you might like them. You like vampires." And I do. I enjoy stories with vampires in it.
Sparklies.
It's one of those things where yes, sparklies. But that's the thing. I'm reading it while she's here. Like I think she was doing something on my tablet because her tablet was broken. And so I was like, "Yeah, I'll read while you're working."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reading and I'm like, "He sparkles?" And her reply was, "You're already there?" Like it's a short book.
Yeah.
Like I'll finish this before you go home at this rate. Like it's a big font, fairly spaced out, easy, quick read. Like what do you want from me?
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I think in a week I finished all 4. And like I didn't like them as much as she did, but they were fine. I didn't figure like I didn't get the hate. I hated the Renesmee shit just because like I don't like that kind of stuff in general.
Are you talking about the fact that she exists? Or are you talking about the fact that a guy immediately was like, "Oh,
Yeah, that
okay,
one.
yeah." No, I got
I
you.
didn't like the whole, oh, he didn't like you. He liked the child that you were eventually
Yeah.
going to produce.
Yeah,
And
that
will
was a
now
little strong.
Be with this child until she is of age to be a mate. And it's like, I don't like that.
That's
I don't like, no, that
Yeah.
I do not like.
Yeah.
Oh, and she'll magically stop aging at
She'll
like,
magically, they find out at the very end, it's just like, you get good ended. She'll magically stop
Yeah.
aging, and she'll be hot as fuck, and you got
for
it.
all eternity.
For all
and-
eternity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't love that. Gonna be honest there. Wasn't a fan, but I did like what's her name? Bella? Is that her name?
That's the main girl,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. I like the fact that she was like, "Fuck you. I'm going to do this. I'm gonna fucking turn into a vampire and there's nothing you can do to stop me."
Yeah. It's like, this is the path I've chosen, and fuck you.
Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, that's a little more agency than I guess I was expecting based on the way everyone talks about the series.
I mean, it's basically because of how the like, I think most of the hate came after the first movie came out, really.
Absolutely. I think I saw a little bit of it before because the books were suddenly like very,
Popular.
very popular.
Yeah.
Like I'd never heard of it until the last book was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's just me not giving a shit or if it was just like a certain other wizarding series that I don't really want to talk about because the author's terrible. But yeah, I didn't hear about that series until the 4th book came out either. So it's like I don't know if it was just like it needed time to build up buzz and then suddenly it's very, very popular.
Yeah.
but it was like, oh, I'm going to this Breaking Dawn event. I'm like, what?
What?
What's
Yeah.
that? Never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell was up until middle school, I guess. People were like, you Team Edward or Team Jacob? I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, I
What are you
started hearing about
talking
that
about?
too. Yeah,
And I think that was post the first movie because they were
absolutely.
going by how hot the actors were. And I was just like, I don't give a shit. But now that I've read the books, I'm like, I'm Team Edward because Jacob is kind of a Jacob is a little bit just kind of I don't know.
Yeah,
You know, that's it. There you go.
I am, as always, Team Nobody, but if I had to pick between the two, I think Edward is ever so slightly better, which is saying a lot considering I don't particularly like how he watches her sleep or
Yeah,
is incredibly
so
controlling.
yeah,
Or,
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
there are
yeah.
things about Edward I do not like, but I still think Jacob is also bad.
Hey, he's only incredibly controlling because she seems to instantly stumble into death
Yeah,
situations.
like that's the yeah. Like I had fun reading the books. No hate for the books, like whatever. I find a lot of time a lot of the hate is also because women like it, that it gets a lot
Sure.
more hate.
Yeah.
And but yeah, like I had fun with the books. I don't begrudge the week I spent reading them. Like and I think it only took that long because her mom was reading it at the same time and I was faster. I was like, "Okay, I've got Eclipse. Great. And I'm done. Here you go. Where's Breaking Dawn?" It's like, "No, you got to wait till my mom finishes it." It's like,
You're
"Oh,
like,
okay."
God damn it. Yeah. Yep.
But yeah,
Yep.
no, I can see that being a guilty pleasure. And I can like yeah, I get it.
Yep.
Because we all have things where it's like, I know this isn't great, but I like it, so fuck you.
Yeah. I mean the what with Robert Pattinson,
Yeah.
he when he when he himself is just like okay in his British accent because he's British,
Yes.
he's like, Edward is a serial killer, and I'm just like, yeah, yeah. Even he doesn't like this.
Yeah, no, like when he's like, oh yeah, I was trying to play him like a creep. It's like, yeah, no, that tracks. That definitely is how he feels,
Yeah, it's like
especially on film.
it's like I read the script and he is insane.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, props on you for playing him correctly, because holy crap, yeah,
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think had the films try and played it straight, like, oh no, this is romantic. And they do to a point, but at the same time, it is like acknowledged that he's an asshole. Although, oh my god, the one thing I remember from I think it's the second book when he leaves her and she's in a catatonic phase, and it's just like August, September,
yeah, new
October,
moon.
November. Yeah, it's like or whatever the dates are, and it's like, oh my god, that's actually kind of a clever way to do that. 'Cause,
Yeah,
yeah, it was just
I mean, I think New Moon was like my least favorite, I guess. But that
is
could
that
be
the
because
second
I
one?
just yeah, that's the second one.
Yeah,
Because that's when she goes catatonic, and then Jacob's
yeah,
like, "Hey, I'm hot, and I'll make you
yeah.
happy," and then she's just
Oh
like,
man, my
"Fucking
friends have joined a cult. Oh no, I have joined the cult.
yeah, yeah."
I know the truth now.
It was like, yeah, it was. I know the truth. Yeah, that book was just weird, and then it's just
Yeah.
like, and then like the end happened, and the end was like climactic and cool, but like. But like the middle bit, and then yeah, and then the whole like then the love triangle fully cemented, and it was like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
need this. I just wanted, I don't want
Yeah,
this.
honestly, like I think the love story between a mortal and an immortal is interesting on its own. You don't need a third party to
Yeah.
make it interesting. So yeah, I agree with you there. Because I'm trying to think what even happens in Eclipse.
An eclipse, they get the warning that the okay
The army thing.
the
right?
army, yes, the army, and
Yeah.
it's the vampire who they killed the mate of
Laurent?
no, it was Victoria.
Hmm.
Uh,
Right.
they killed the mate of in the first book, and
now she's mad
and now
wants
she's
to kill
mad
them.
and she wants to kill Bella specifically because
Yeah.
mate for mate or something. I think that's what she said, and
Yeah.
and yeah, so army, and
Yeah,
that book is
and
just
then
like army and love triangle, and it's just like
and then Breaking Dawn is getting
it.
married, getting turned, and
It's
then making a baby.
well, it's I believe it's getting married. It's getting married. Then we're Jacob now. for
Yeah,
a
that's right,
huge
that's
chunk
right.
of it. Then it's getting turned, or like it's Jacob now, she's having a baby, then it's
Yeah.
her now, she's getting turned, and then it's her now, we got to deal with the fact that there's a
That
huge
the Volturi,
misunderstanding.
yeah, thinks that they've made a vampire baby,
Immortal
and vampire
child.
babies are the worst.
Vampire babies are forbidden.
Yeah,
Except no, it
because
wasn't vampire babies that were forbidden, it was you can't turn a child
right.
because
I thought it was because like they can't control their emotions and they'll just go on like murder sprees or something like
correct.
that.
Because
Yeah,
when you
okay.
turn a child, they are just bloodthirsty and rampage, and they have like they can't hold their
Self-control.
emotions at all. So yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's. And then there's like a whole thing. The reason why this was like happening is because like the person who turned them in had some sort of sad backstory dealing with an immortal child, and like
Yeah.
she had to deal with the fact that these were her friends, but they broke the code. And yeah, so yeah, there's that.
And then they talk it out.
And then they talk
it
it out. I like to talk it out. The stupid
That's
fight.
fair.
The fight in the movie is like,
It's ridiculous.
are
Does
you?
it like a character's head go flying or something like
Yeah.
that?
So Carlisle gets instant KO'd, and
No,
then
not Carlisle.
not Carlisle, and then like yeah, and then everyone's like fighting, and poor yeah, it's like I don't know. They're doing the thing of like everyone's showcasing their powers, and like and Leah dies, like the wolf that really hates Bella, but she
Right,
protects her
right.
brother, and then she dies, and then the brother's like super sad, and then Jacob's running with his his little sister child friend thing, and he's like sad, and then then it like phases, and it's like Alice is just like, yo, I can
Yeah.
see the future. This is what
It's
would
like,
would
so
happen.
That's what's gonna happen if we fight this out, bitch. What do you want to do?
And in fucking reality, in what actually happened, it's like, I don't know. I like when clever scenes are like, it's mostly talking and people figuring stuff in like mental states. So the end of Harry Potter, the end of Breaking Dawn, both of those things, I'll say the movies fucked up because the scenes were interesting, even though they were just talking.
And that is fair. I haven't seen the last Wizard movie, so can't comment on that. But
It's whatever. Yeah. But it's just like when yeah, the end of the actual book, it's like talk it out. They have the upper hand, but then
Yeah.
Bella's like, "Oh, my power that I've been working on, I realize that I'm so pissed off right now that I can't do anything because she sucks at fighting because she's, brand new."
yeah,
She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm so fucking pissed. I'll protect everyone with my mind because I've been practicing this." And suddenly she just does. And then the other side's just like, "Oh shit, half of our OP powers have just been taken down." And they start freaking out while
Yep.
everyone's like talking. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. And then Alice shows up and she's like, "Hey, I found the missing piece. You guys were scared. You guys laid out your reasons. I have the answers now. Can we be done now?" And they're like, "Very well." And that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, awesome. I don't know. I'm
that's
just one of
fair.
those people who just like fighting for no reason. Just does. It's like whatever. I don't care. Marvel.
No, I agree. I'm also not a big one for fighting. I think the reason I wish there had been a little bit of a fight in that scene, like just a little bit, not the full-on battle that the movie presents.
Yeah.
But like a little bit of a conflict was just because they were building up to it so much and then they talk it out. And it just didn't feel like the right amount to pay off, or like they are about to start fighting and then Alice goes, "Wait, I have this crucial piece of information. She'll stop aging at like age 17. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Go away."
I got a dude. I mean, in both things. No. Oh my god! In the movie, she doesn't even have the other vampire child. Oh, I am so upset now.
Oh god.
Yeah, because like the whole crux of the
Oh
matter.
yeah, that's right. Because
Yeah.
she finds someone else.
She finds someone else who's just like Renesmee.
Renesmee, yeah.
And that's like the whole thing of just like, all right, you're scared, you don't know what she is. Well, I found someone who's exactly her. He can answer your questions, and they're like, okay, are
And
you?
if it becomes a threat, we will deal with it.
Yeah, and they're like, fine, okay. It's just like, I don't know. I can't believe I'm arguing this right now, but like.
That's fair.
But like, yeah, I don't know. Books, this goes into adaptations, which we haven't talked about yet,
But we will soon.
but we will
probably.
eventually soon, probably, maybe. Um, it's just like, yeah, I don't understand why the blueprint is like there. It's there, and I get you can't do everything. You can't like do the monologues in people's
Yeah.
heads because you just can't. But like when you
Well,
completely
you can, but it'll probably be bad.
yeah, but when like you completely swap a direction of how something went and just change it, I don't
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get why they have to do that.
Right, because in the film, I assume, again, I haven't seen anything other than the first film, but I assume the whole this is how the fight will end is what deters them from fighting, not finding the
correct. The fight
Other. Okay.
what she does is she shows the lead I already forgot their family's name.
Michael Sheen.
Yeah, they show the lead guy of the enemy side that he's gonna die in the fight. That's all she does. She's just like,
Yeah.
you're gonna die by Bella. Because I think I think it was like by the power of couple teamwork because I think both of them do it. Because of course they do. But like, yeah, she basically is like, you're gonna die. And half of your family will probably be decimated. We'll take losses too, but you're dead if you continue this path. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna just walk away now. And I'm
just
like,
gonna nope right out. We're gonna go over there. And
it's
just
just
your
such a
futurist problem.
yeah. It's just,
No, and I agree. That's not. I think had she done that and then also shown like, oh, by the way, I found this kid who
Yeah.
is exactly what you were worried about.
yeah, like if she did that to stop them from continuing, and then they did the talking a little bit. Like, okay, that would have been a little better. But no, they're just like, you're gonna die, and he's like, okay, bye bye, and everyone's just like, what? And then it's like, we're safe. It's like, yeah, I showed him he's gonna die if he tries to fight us right now. So he'll probably try to fight us not right now.
Yeah,
Like,
this
it
is
doesn't.
quite literally future problems.
Yeah, he quite literally does not. She does not future proof them at all. If you think about it in the movie.
Oh my god, amazing. Love it.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, I like the books.
That's
And I know
fine.
them enough to deep talk them. So
Hey, I've only read them once, and I think I kept up pretty well.
you did keep up very well. Yes.
Because again,
Yeah.
I did not understand the hate of the books. Are they well written? Not in my personal opinion,
no,
but they're not badly
They have.
written.
They
Like,
just have a. They have a written style. They have a target.
Yeah.
They have what they want to write about, and they do it.
it knows what it is, and it's not trying to be anything more than that, and I can respect that.
I can respect.
I do wish she had an editor just to help her with like some of the sentences were weird, but
Mhm.
whatever. That's such a minor fucking gripe.
Yeah.
But I do feel like a lot of the hate for the series is sorry. Colin's deciding to yell his name over and over again, and I don't know why. But yeah, no, I think a lot of the hate is just because thing popular, thing for girls, thing must be hated.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's fair either. I think there's a happy middle ground of this is not great, but you know what? Fuck it, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's trash, but it is my trash.
It is my trash. Is one of the
But that
trashes.
first movie was fucking hilarious. I have no idea who decided let's make everything blue.
But
All things blue. And the one guy had his eyes very wide.
yeah, I don't remember. Now that I think about it, it's like I think I remember like the color grading being weird.
That's literally the only thing I remember about. Oh, that and him like standing in the light.
Oh yeah, he's
being
got
like, look like a
sand so
monster.
sexily in the light, and he flashes his shirt open. He's like, "Look how sparkly I am," and she's like, "Wow, I'm
And
so
the
turned
little
on." And he's like,
ting, 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 ting,
Yeah.
ting, ting of the light hitting it. I'm like, okay, this
Yeah.
is funny.
"Yeah," and that whole scene is just like he's just like, "Sup." So this is my true voice. She's like, "Wow, I'm so turned on." He's like, "You fucking shouldn't be," and then he like fake almost
I'm a
kills her, and
monster.
then it's just like, "Oh." And she's like, "Yeah, but I don't care." And it's just like, to be fair, that is kind of what happens in the books.
Yes,
To be
absolutely.
that scene is pretty accurate.
Ella has no fucking self-preservation.
No, she's got
instinct
nothing.
at all. She's just like, oh, I'm just going with the flow. Oh, I can hear my boyfriend's voice if I jump off a cliff. Yeah, let's
Yes,
do
let's
that.
do it. Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah. It knows what it is. It's not shying away from it, and you either like it or you don't. And
Exactly.
that's fine.
And well, unfortunately, we have the 50 Shades series thanks to it, which I haven't
Oh,
read, but I have seen clips of, and
I
holy
will
shit, that's
refuse.
pretty fucking awful.
That's
I-
really
if you like it, that's fine. I'm not judging you if you like it. It's just like, wow, that's not well. Like Stephanie Myers, it's not a great writer, sure, whatever, but that's poorly written, like bad, not
it's
good,
it
and bad
is
relationships, and bad. Oh,
the
I
fact that
yeah.
it promotes a pretty awful
Yeah.
relationship
Well,
is
when
like,
people in that community are like, this is not a good representation of our community, maybe, like, I don't know, write a better representation of that community.
ooh. But people, some people, it's okay, okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah. No,
all right.
again, no judgment if you like the books. Not saying they're the worst books ever written, because I'm sure there are worse books out there that are more poorly written. It's just like, yeah, the one thing I am a little annoyed with Twilight is that thanks to Twilight we have
We
that
have some
series,
other
but
stuff, yeah.
whatever. But other than that, like, whatever. Twilight is, for the most part, I guess, harmless.
Yep.
But yeah, thing popular, thing like by girls, thing must be hated.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, we laid ourselves out this episode. We
Yep.
told you guys what's up.
We led you in thinking like, oh, their guilty pleasures are gonna be nothing, and then we're like, oh, okay, but what about this flaming dumpster?
Yeah, what about this dumpster fire?
Yeah, this is the true guilty pleasures.
Oh, like I'm trying to roll through my head if I got anything else that's like kind of minor, but
Most of my anything I'd be like, oh yeah, I like that, even though I know it's not good, are things that are otome based, like Kamigami no Asobi, yeah, and or Playground of the Gods. I think it's translated to in English, and it's a cute show. I would never say it's a bad show, so I'm not going to talk about it here.
yeah, yeah.
It's good. Fuck
Uh-huh.
anyone who says otherwise.
No, I get it.
But yeah, I think that's a great place. We only were going to talk about two, but I threw in my
We,
little
we threw
2-minute
in
one.
like
So
an extra one or two, but like we're still under an hour, so I think we did a good job today.
we did good today.
Yeah, we
Yay!
did good. We did
Tell
good.
us how shitty our opinions are in the comments again. Or, you know what? Join us. Join us in the trash fire. Tell us your guilty pleasure that you would never dare tell a soul. Or don't. I mean, it's up to you. Go or come on the Discord and talk about it. Because you know what? We're pretty chill people. It's not a big Discord. It's just a couple of us having fun.
Yes. People post some of their things they want to show. They post some of their arts. They post about
Kitties.
games.
Kitties.
They post
Kitties all
kitties,
day, all
many
day.
kitties, many kitties.
I'm sure there are other animals too, but cats do seem to be the predominant one.
I mean,
Although
I'd
you
post
get
more,
to-
but like I don't want to overwhelm people with just my pet. So
Oh no,
I got-
overwhelming people
I got
with
a
Ren,
lot
the
of
goodest
pictures.
pupper ever.
I have a lot of pictures on my phone of my dog. He's adorable at all times.
He is. He's a stealer of hearts.
He steals your heart. I named him.
Mm-hmm.
I named him correctly.
You did. You absolutely did. But yeah, I think for now, that was a good episode. Next time we don't know what we're talking. We'll figure that out.
No, maybe we'll talk about adaptations. I don't know. That seems like a decent
Yeah,
one.
we can do that.
Or we could talk about
music.
music.
We can discuss a music topic, or we can figure it out the day of. Like,
As we usually do. Mm-hmm.
but yeah, probably either adaptations or music. So there's your spoiler for next week. Assuming I don't have COVID, of course.
Of course.
We're good, but exposed is fun.
The exposed status is a troubled time, but as long as your pops keeps testing the negatives and
We
he
should
doesn't
be
feel
good.
sick, you should be okay.
Here's hoping.
Yep.
So yeah, if there's no episode in a week, you know why? Yay!
Yay. Well, technically,
It will.
it doesn't matter. We'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
if there is a week-long break or
Yes.
two, like I've heard COVID can knock people out for a decent chunk of time. Either way, right now we're good. So
We're good.
No, we'll be here next week. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Send that positive energy out there after you just discussed much trash. But yeah, for now, I guess this is bye bye.
Bye bye.